Introducing HumeBand 2.0, the world's first longevity band. Now with next gen clinical grade sensors.
Why do I have a footnote? Why did I go get you a footnote there? Oh, I was curious about that Dunma, I think. Okay, I found my own little, I think that's it, yeah. Cool. Here, this clarifies what the two schools are in question. Chedo. Chedo. It's misspelled, by the way, which doesn't help. It's Che without a D. The two, the Che's and the Dos. Yeah, Chiramawa and Dodepa. Okay, so I like this quotation because it gives the names of the two schools who are... and here's the Bembo that we learned in Adam's text. Physical matter. Matter as opposed to form. Okay. Their version of outer objects, Chidun, is mainly has to do with physical matter. Okay. Okay.
What's the number?
By the way, because they accept that, they are called Dunmawa. Okay, so that's a nice, that's a perfect reference. I went and got it for you. I command X'd it. I command C'd it to get it out of the gopher. And then I command X'd it to get the whole. It's Gungtang Koinjo Tenbei Dunme Siddhanta text, which is S00918. Okay. And unfortunately, I didn't put the folio number, so you would have to search for. I can give you this. Okay. By the way, there's an important misspelling here somewhere that makes it confusing. So this shouldn't be D, right? And there's another mistake. Something wrong here. Okay, it shouldn't be Dewa, which is happiness. Okay. This is okay. The S is okay. It means because of that, they're called Dunmawas. Okay. You'd have to go. Let me see if I can guess.
It's just a day.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
That's probably DE.
It doesn't make any sense. By the way, this is when we would like to have the A file, B file, C file, D file, a huge archive, a huge massive text where the first typist may have gotten it right and the fourth typist corrected him wrong. Okay?
You want to keep those?
Yeah, for this purpose. If I don't have a scan, and then in the early times, we didn't keep the scans. We couldn't store them. There were too much data. So we gave them back to the guy who carried it out of Tibet, and he lost it on the train, you know, and we don't have the original anymore. So,
That's what I'm looking for on TBRC.
Well, I have them somewhere.
Such a minimal.
I can't guess here. I can't guess what it was. Anyway, it's a perfect explanation. Okay, so you'd have to go find the scan, which is nowadays TBRC is so active, and they work so hard. They put text in every single day, and they date it. On the website, it tells you what they did today, and I really admire those people. We should have a party with them someday.
We should give them
Yeah, if I get a lot of money, I'll give them some. Seriously. Yeah. Well, we invited the director out for this term, but he was too busy. So, let me think about it. So we're teaching Lorne. I mean, I'd like to say Lorne Nungwei or something, but I don't know. Okay. And then I found another one, I think. Oh, this is a debate between them and the mind only. Okay, about outer things. So don't worry about it. Okay. Kazak yake tibet zeyo kitomi dame dokshin kombar shepat sam kitapatum nupa shipit churo. They believe, rather they believe, who were the last guys who were talking about?
We were talking about Maui.
4A down.
Dumai.
4A down. No, they were talking about the first 3.5 schools. Most recently in the text, we're talking about the last 3.5 schools. The lower 3.5 schools, okay? They believe, if you grasp, okay, that if you grasp no self-nature in the form of the person being empty of, okay? If you grasp no self-nature in the form of the person being empty of being self-standing, being empty of substantial existence in the sense of being self-standing. Okay, sorry. It is. If you perceive no self-nature in the form of the person being empty of being substantial in the sense of being self-standing. Okay? Sorry.
Ok, cái đoạn này là đầu tiên là hôm trước khi mà mình nói đến thùn thùn ma qua đề nhi, đó là nó đề cập đến hai cái trường phái thấp ở trong đạo Phật, đó là Charakmawa và Dodewa, right? Là trường phái Tỳ Bà Sa Bộ và Kinh Lượng Bộ. Thì thầy mới kiếm cái trích dẫn để chỉ ra rằng là cái cụm từ Thùn Ma Qua đó thì là nó chỉ đến hai cái trường phái đó. Right. Và qua cái đoạn mới này, khảo sát rang kia thupe dê dê ki tông pe đắc mê tóc, có nghĩa là nhận thức hay là cái sự nhận ra, cái nhận thức sâu sắc về cái sự vắng mặt của tự tánh của cái con người, mà trống rỗng của cái việc tồn tại thực chất, tự đứng vững, right? Theo cái nghĩa là tự đứng vững.
Okay, not only thought, but calm.
Meditate.
No,
Become
wrong
familiar.
spelling. Calm. Yeah, if you get used to it. Okay. That's enough. Samki, just that. Okay, meaning without seeing the emptiness of things. Okay, if you do no more than that, samki, tarpa tobnu, you would be able to reach nirvana. That's what they say.
Oh, Newport.
Yeah, you would be able. Shade, that's what they say. So now we've covered the beliefs of the lower 2 schools, then we covered the beliefs of the 3.5 schools, and what will come next? Yeah, now what does 4B think? What does the Telngirwa think?
Ok. Nếu mà mình nhớ ở những cái lớp học trước thì chúng ta thì cả ba cái trường phái rưỡi, right? Ba cái trường phái rưỡi đó là Tỳ Bà Sa Bộ, Kinh Lượng Bộ, Duy Thức Tông và nhánh rồi độc lập của trung đạo hay là trung đạo thấp hơn á, thì họ đều tin cái việc rằng là chỉ cần nhận thức được về chỉ cần nhận thức sâu sắc được cái vắng mặt của sự tự tánh đối với như là đối với con người, thì là có thể đạt niết bàn, right? Nhưng mà đối với cái trường phái trung đạo cao hơn thì nó không chỉ là đề cập tới cái việc là vắng mặt tự tánh đối với con người, mà là còn đối với cả vật nữa. Và và nguyên cái đoạn này đó là cái gì? Đó là coi như là những cái trường phái đó thì coi như là họ tin rằng, right? Họ nói rằng là mình có thể đạt được cái sự tự do, có thể đạt được niết bàn chỉ bằng cái việc đó là nhận ra và làm quen với và quen thuộc với lại là cái sự thiếu vắng về cái sự thiếu vắng về tự tánh ờ, và của con người, đấy, mà trống rỗng cái sự ờ, thực chất tồn tại theo cái nghĩa là tự đứng vững, đấy.
From Nirvana.
What do they think you have to see to reach nirvana? Okay, this is where it gets easy. Okay, the Prasangikas say, the Prasangikas deny Mishe. Okay, the Prasangikas deny that you would be Nupa, that you would be able to top, to attain Tarpa,
Freedom.
without understanding,
Without
without
Is that
grasping.
understanding or without realizing?
Yeah.
They just said realizing, okay?
Right.
They didn't say directly.
Oh,
Without realizing, Nika,
the two,
both,
both.
both.
Sorry, both.
The lack of a self to things and the lack of a self to people. They say you can't reach nirvana if you don't realize both, okay?
Great.
Okay? Now you've got three possibilities. First two schools think something, 3.5 schools think something, last half school thinks something, okay? First two schools don't even use the word, the lack of a self-nature to things. Although if you push them, they would say, yeah, they don't have a self. 3.5 schools believe,
You don't have to see the lack of
yeah, that exists, but you wouldn't have to see it to reach nirvana. And the fourth school says you'd have to see both. Okay?
theo ni chơ thằng càng sạc kia đắc mê nhi ca ma tốc ba tha ba thốt ni ba mi shê thô là là cái nhánh Prasangika, right? Cái nhánh duyên khởi của trung đạo thì họ không có chấp nhận, họ phủ nhận cái việc rằng là có thể đạt được tới cái sự tự do, đạt tới niết bàn, mà thiếu đi cái sự nhận thức sâu sắc về cả hai cái sự thiếu vắng tự tánh, right? Sự không tự tánh của cả con người và vật, right? Thì đó là cái luận điểm của trường phái, của cái nhánh duyên khởi của trung đạo cao hơn. Và tới đây thì mình sẽ thấy được ba cái ba cái quan điểm, right? Ba cái quan điểm. Cái quan điểm của hai cái trường phái đầu tiên là họ thậm chí là còn không có nhắc đến cái không tự tánh, right? Một duy thức tông và trung đạo thấp hơn thì có nói đến không tự tánh, nhưng mà chỉ là không tự tánh đối với con người. Còn trung đạo cao hơn thì nhắc đến không tự tánh của cả con người và của vật. Okay.
So when they say lack of self to things, does other people other than yourself fall under things or people?
Things,
It does, right? Yeah. It's
yeah. As far as I'm concerned,
yeah.
it's other people are part of my heap of form, actually. Okay. And there's this weird argument that because they talk or something like that. So anyway, let's not go there.
Well, so what does it fall into lack of
Say again.
for a person? I mean, if we're doing it
Oh.
from the point of view of our own experience, what,
Well, those would be called parts of us.
yeah. So what's a thing? Then?
Even your finger is a thing. Your own finger is a thing.
Oh, I thought it was.
Utpala is self. Okay. Chiramawa Kachik. Some of the Vaibhashika, meaning there's going to be other Vaibhashika, okay? some of the Vaibhashikas say, Kansa Tachi Rangwan Chen, okay? Who had that expression?
Me.
Oh, it was you, okay. The Tokpa spelled without an S.
That's
You can say idea. It's not quite so strong as delusion, but it's close. Okay? The idea that the person, Kangsak, is Tak, is Ching, is Rangwang Chen. Okay? The idea where you believe, Zin, that the person is unchanging, singular, and in control.
where's
Okay?
the is?
Two. This is a Dani grammar case
Okay.
where you hold that they are
Uh,
or as being. Okay, so that's the Dani grammar case. We elected him as president,
thank you.
unfortunately. Dangjin,
It's hard to hold.
I'll learn that one, yeah.
they believe, Döpa, okay, second line, they believe, now this gets really sexy. This gets really sexy. Is your wrong belief something you were born with? Or is your wrong belief something you developed after you were born? And this is a very important distinction in the higher schools of Buddhism. Okay, Henge, I think it's Sujata, came along with being born. You know, you had it from birth. Okay, it's called Henge. Hlen means inbuilt, built in. It's part of you when you're born. Then Kuntak, in this sense, okay, Kuntak in this division, in this contradistinction between Klenge and Kuntak, okay, Kuntak means learned in your lifetime, picked up during your lifetime, since you were a teenager or something you developed later. There's like diabetes you're born with, and there's diabetes, late onset diabetes. Kuntak is late onset. Okay, and it means, literally, it means, and it's spelled many different ways. It probably means glued onto you later. Okay, like dok. Okay, but sometimes it's spelled with a BRT, which would mean comes with thinking, or comes with consideration. So you'd have to look at the Sanskrit. Okay, which we might as well do since. Okay, so is it kuntak? Okay, look, or is it kuntak? Big difference. And this is as opposed to,
In the mind only school.
no, as opposed to, yeah, Tlenke, inborn, built in, born with. Okay, and this is an important subject in Buddhism. You know, which wrong ideas are you born with, and which wrong ideas did you learn in your lifetime?
So would you want to search them close to Lenke to get the kind of kuntak that we're looking for?
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. But it might not be that way in the dictionary. So here it's parikalpa. But I don't like the spelling. Because kalpa means to consider.
Like Alpita.
But Vikalpa means imagination, so it's
Yeah.
right?
See here it's both spellings.
It's Vikalpa.
Here you got both spellings. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay. What you might do, I mean, I believe this is the correct spelling, okay? But it's not the spelling our author used. Okay?
Without the saw.
Without the ra, you
Oh,
see.
without the raw.
BRT. And this is the past tense of dog, meaning to connect or to glue on. And BRT is the past tense of to consider, vikalpa. So probably BRT is correct, okay? We could, now this is where Phil's database is going to come in handy when it comes out, because we'll be able to go to the works of Tsongkhapa and see what he used. So did he use kuntak or did he use kuntak? Okay? Near Tlenge as Utpala suggested. Okay? Within 2 lines maybe. And then it'd be nice to just go to a book by Tsongkhapa. So let's do that. we're gonna go search. We're gonna limit ourselves to a book by, let's go to Madhyamika, okay? And let's go to commentaries. Let's go to,
Surprised there's not a Jason Kapafua.
oopsie.
Maybe an may.
That's irritating. How about commentaries to, sorry, Umla Jukpa. Here we'll hit Gomba Rabsel. Okay, so in the text I just showed you that I'm working on, how does Jetson Kappa spell it? Because that's the one we're going to buy. And I don't care. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
BR.
It's Kun Bretox, but it's not Senke. That's a good example. Okay. Okay.
So would we also make a footnote about that?
I would. Yeah. Now BTAGS I think became a monastic standard, and it's wrong, or it's not the best. Okay, got it? Because BRT has this kalpa root, vikalpa, meaning to consider. Okay. I was trying to struggle with a cognate for kalpa. Kvelp. Consider maybe, I don't know. No. I could show you how to go to Indo-European roots if you really wanted.
I would love that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
You're over on time. I'm only telling you that after you.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, we're not? I'm sorry.
Okay, if you want to go
Yeah, we
see,
have 24 minutes.
if you want to go deeper, okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, if you don't want to go too deep. Sorry, let's do it with Gopher. Okay, general Sanskrit roots. Okay,
Yes.
kelp,
Colt.
kelp. Okay. Comparable. Extraordinary. Okay, and there you go. Okay. The ultimate root for consider is to be adapted. Okay, kelp.
Colt.
And here are derivatives of it. Kalpakal, kalpana.
I don't have that.
Okay, these are his roots. Then he makes very good notes. With this root are apparently related kerp, because R and L in Sanskrit are basically interchangeable. Okay. So if you're looking for an English cognate, you can also look at kerp. Kulp and kerp. So L's and R's in Sanskrit are interchangeable. Okay, roch and loch, same meaning, to be light, to be shining. Ruchete. Okay, so if you're not satisfied with that, if you can't come up with an English cognate from that, you can go older.
Can you share this? I don't
Yeah, it's in your database.
It's in the reference.
But then you can go later. You can go.
We'll find it.
You can go earlier.
need that.
It's in the database. Yeah,
Okay.
you can go later to the Indo-Europeans, and all I have is a scan. So that's under scans. It's a very major work on. I have that.
We're about to see.
It's in Sanskrit. Yeah, here Indo-European roots. Okay, and you can use this one. Okay, this is a nice. This is a nice book. And I just searched the PDF. Okay, so you can say flip and see what you get. And it's a little slow because it's a.
Doing OCR.
And you don't get one there. You can try kerp.
It would be too much to ask of someone on the game.
It's a bitch.
If you say it to us, and then could do it. They're more example.
I might just go down to the KLs Okay, we better blow it up.
Oh, amazing.
Uh,
Is it not working?
that'd be fine. We could do it. Okay. So you go down to KEL, okay?
What's just funny about diacritics in
Oh, it's a mess, yeah. It may be related to kel in the meaning of to divide mentally. So clip may come from it.
Ah,
Okay. And yeah, the clip. I don't think there's any KELPs. Here's KER. I like the little notes he has sometimes. This is Krishna, by the way, and cereal. KER. Like karma comes from that. Say again. Sorry? Around the time of Shakespeare, the case changed to C, the hard K to a hard C, you know. Anyway. But that's why cereal is related to karma or crescent or Krishna. Okay, so anyway, here we got into the KLs and we're looking for the KL. There's clung. Here we go. Culp. This is kleptomaniac. Okay, not related to culpita, or maybe it is. I don't know. To steal. Is there any crep? So you gotta go looking around. Roof. Yeah, you know, there's people who there's Bible scholars, especially Strong, who spent his whole life looking up these things for the Bible because he believed that these roots were important, that Jesus meant these roots to be significant in the Bible. So Strong's Concordance is a good source for linguistics, you know. Anyway, you could spend some time on that.
There's this course I took.
I would say it's probably related to clip,
yeah.
which is kleptomaniac means
Take from.
to steal, clip somebody's purse, you know. And then vitarka to divide meanings, to snip meanings like that. Yeah.
Oh, there's this course I took at Harvard where we would have like 6 people in a room who were, you know, pretty high in government and whatnot. And we talked about problems that they had trying to get things working within government. And then one person would be like just listening, and they would write down the words that were used most often as the person described the problem. Then we would take those words, find their Indo-European, their roots, and we would look at the root.
Wow.
And inevitably, what was in the root of what they were speaking was the way out of their problem.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Isn't that cool?
Wow, linguistic problem solving.
Wow.
This is very cool.
That's kind
We
of
know
deep.
more than
Yeah,
we
it's really
think we do.
By the way, there's an argument that the word Indo-European was created by the British to justify their presence in India. But anyway,
Makes
okay.
sense.
Where were we? Cheda Mawakajik. So some. Do we still have any time?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Some of the Vaibhashikas believe, okay, that the idea, meaning wrong, tokpa, no s, the idea or the thought that holds that the person is unchanging, singular, and independent, okay? That's the inborn version of holding to the self of a person. That's the one you're born with. That's the one you're born with. Some Vaibhashikas say that. You know? Kachik.
Ok. Cái đoạn nãy giờ thì thầy đang nói rằng là cái từ kuntak này á thì thường là nó sẽ có chữ R giữa cái chữ B và chữ T ở trong cái chữ tak, và nó có nghĩa là consider là xem xét. Còn cái từ tak này thì nó có nghĩa là dán vào, áp vào, right? Và thầy mới tra ở trong cái kho dữ liệu và sau đó là qua cái từ điển Âu Ấn, right? Qua cái từ điển Âu Ấn để mà tra những cái gốc từ. Cái đoạn này có nghĩa là gì? Cái đoạn này có nghĩa là một số người theo cái trường phái Tỳ Bà Sa Bộ, right? Thì họ tin rằng là cái quan niệm, right? Cái quan niệm mà nắm bắt rằng là cái con người thì là không thay đổi, thì là đơn nhất và là độc lập. Thì nó là đó là cái quan điểm mà chấp vào cái tôi á, thì là cái thứ mà đã có từ khi sinh ra nhé.
Rang. This might be dung.
Oh, yeah.
Not sure.
Kachik
Yeah, I don't believe wrong though. Go down, go this way. Yeah, okay, keep going.
This way must still.
Oh no, you're right. We're above here.
Okay.
Slow down. I don't see it. Go up. We're getting close.
Okay.
Oh, this is it. Next line after that, over here. Dopaday, dancing hangisi dubala kachi. I take it as dung.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll take it as kachik dung.
It's not great. Yeah.
Which would, if I'm gonna read it as kachik dung, the carving is kind of halfway between. I take it as the rest of the Vaibhashikas and the
Sutras.
yeah, I'll take this as dung, and maybe we find another carving someday. Okay. And those on down from the Sautranticas, okay? Believe, this key means, this key, K-Y-I-S, goes with She over here. They say, and then there's the end quotation mark here, okay? They say the following, and you start your, Tibetan doesn't have a beginning quotation mark. It just has the second one. Then you have to guess where the first quotation mark is. Okay? But I would start the quotation mark after this key. Okay? They say, okay, quote, Dayana dancing kundayin bekap. If something is that, meaning the wrong idea where you hold to the person as being unchanging, singular, and independent, okay? That's all referring, this day
Is referring to everything.
refers to everything from Kangsak to Dokpa, okay? They say that if something is that, it must be the Kuntak version of Kyam Dangten.
The learned version.
Yeah, the learned version. Learn means you went to a class on Buddhism and some Lama gave a bad explanation and you learned some wrong idea. That's Kuntak, as opposed to Senke, okay? Which is inborn. You were born with it, okay? So the first half of the first goal thinks that the tendency to see the person as being unchanging, singular, and independent, and we learned the definition of those three already in her book, okay, is something that's inborn in everybody. And half the Vaibhashika and all of the Sautrantika believe it's developed later in life, late onset. Okay, got it?
They don't think it's that have both.
And then not only that, kya, it's always the case. They say it's always the case that you develop it later. Okay. You all right? You still with me?
Yep.
Okay, you're brave.
Một và một số như là một số những cái người khác theo cái trường phái Tỳ Bà Sa Bộ và cái trường phái Kinh Lượng Bộ thì họ lại tin rằng là nếu như mà cái khuynh hướng đó là con người thì không thay đổi, đơn nhất và độc lập, right? Và độc lập thì còn thì cái điều đó nó là một cái thứ mà nó được thì cái khuynh hướng mà chấp vào cái ngã, rồi chấp vào cái nghĩ rằng là mọi thứ là chính chúng đó, thì nó phải là một cái thứ mà gọi là cung tắc, nghĩa là một cái thứ mà nó được dán vào, có nghĩa là khi sinh ra là chưa có, mà khi mà trong cái quá trình sinh trưởng lớn lên thì là mới học hỏi được những cái điều đó. Okay. Và do đó thì là và do đó thì nó bao trùm, right? Big cap.
Well, I'm not so sure, but anyway, Kansak Rang Kya, right? Misspelled. Tupid Zayud Zimbe Topala. Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Now we're on a different subject. We treated Tak Chik Rawang Chen, but we didn't treat Rangya Tupa, self-standing, which is kind of close to independent, right? But anyway, in this text, we're getting that as a separate quality,
Right.
non-existent quality.
Yeah.
It's a separate zero. Okay, Rangya Tupa, self-standing. Okay. This law means slight disjunctive, right? So they believe the tendency to see the person as unchanging, singular, or independent is something you learn later in life. Okay.
A slight disjunctive. What do you mean by that?
Whereas instead of but is a strong disjunctive. This guy believes that, but this guy believes that. And then whereas is a little bit softer.
Okay.
Okay. It could have been key, you see?
Okay.
It could have been KYI, and it would have been more of a strong disjunction.
Okay.
Okay? Because this is confusing because la can be a conjunction.
Right.
And dung. Sometimes la means dung, sometimes la means ki, is what I'm saying.
When you say doing in kyang,
What's that?
ki or kyang?
Both, same thing.
Either one.
Yeah, but, where, okay. See, so one is a strong disjunctive. They believe that, but these guys believe that. But when you say these guys believe that, whereas these guys believe that, it's a little softer.
Is law ever something that just marks that, okay, I'm like, take what
Sometimes
came
it just
before
means
is-
and.
I
Sometimes
didn't
it just means and.
Does it ever mean comma?
I think it seems like it does.
You can
Like
say
marking off the
almost,
subjects or
almost, but
something?
not very often.
Not very
know. Did you say what?
Yeah.
I need
Okay.
a word that said
Now,
what case it would be if it's being, if it's, is it second, fourth, or seventh when it's acting as.
conjunctions don't get to be in any of those.
Oh.
'Cause
Yeah,
they're words.
KYI
They're words.
is not a genitive used as a disjunctive. It's a separate word.
Right.
Okay.
Or even like when you say
Okay.
joki in or
But
something.
not with law, right? No, is law is a separate.
Yeah, in this case, it doesn't belong to the
Any of the grammar.
conjunction, to the declensions.
Ouch.
Yeah. It's a separate grammar particle. It's like and is not a declension, right?
It's
The
not.
anomalous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
Guess he's gonna be editing
Sheila.
hypertexture.
Kasa rangya tupe zeyu du zimbe topa. So now they're talking about the wrong idea, which holds the person to be self-standing. Okay, which we haven't covered yet.
Right.
Okay, got it? We covered three qualities. What were they? Dark, unchanging, singular, independent. But we didn't talk about self-standing yet. Now, how do they feel about self? Kasa rangya tupe zeyu du zimbe topa. They say, for the most part, okay, Kapchewar, for the most part, meaning there are guys who don't agree, there are single guys who don't agree, okay, Kapchewar, for the most part, they believe, and I think he's still talking about the school and a half, some of the Vaibhajikas and all the Sautrantikas, okay, they believe that's the inborn version, okay. And this is where you got to go meditate on it and say, is it more likely that even as a small child, I would have seen things as self-standing, but not as unchanging? You know, it's in my own self, in my own being. Am I more likely, as a child, right? We call unexamined, right? Without being asked, did I have this feeling that things were self-standing, but I didn't have this feeling that things were unchanging. You see, because that's what they say you do. Because that's what they say you do, and what's their justification for that? You know, so you have to examine it in your meditation, and that's why this is a book on emptiness meditation. Okay,
Wow.
you have to go examine what's the difference, and
Ok, sẽ dừng ở đây ha. Và và tiếp tục với lại là một cái trường phái rưỡi này, đó là một số người theo Tỳ Bà Sa Bộ và toàn bộ cái nhóm kinh lượng bộ, right? Cái cuốn này thì thầy nói là cái từ la này thì có lúc là nó là và, có lúc thì nó là nhân, right? Ở trong cái trường hợp này thì là nó là nhân, right? Nhưng mà sao? Nhưng mà cái trường phái này thì họ tin rằng là phần lớn, right? Phần lớn thì là nó là cái phiên bản mà là được sinh ra, có nghĩa là sinh ra thì là đã có cái khuynh hướng rằng là tin rằng là mọi thứ là nó là tự đứng vững, right? Rangkya Thuppe là nó là tự đứng vững, nhưng mà không có phải là không thay đổi đơn nhất và độc lập. Okay. Và cái phần này là và cái phần này thì thầy nói rằng là cái phần mà mình phải đưa vào trong thiền, right? Mình phải đưa vào trong thiền để là xem thử là có phải là trong cái lúc khi mà mình sinh ra thì mình đã thấy mình là tự đứng vững, nhưng mà không phải là không thay đổi đơn nhất và độc lập hay không. Ok, đó là phần mình phải đưa vào trong thiền để mà mình tự kiểm tra, và đó là lý do tại sao cái cuốn sách này gọi là Emptiness Meditation. Ok, mà thiền tính không. Ok, hẹn gặp lại cả nhà mình vào thứ Sáu ha.
Nhưng mà mình tính biết ơn anh Tĩnh ạ, biết ơn cả nhà.
Biết ơn thầy, biết ơn cả
Bye bye
nhà.
cả nhà.
Mình tính 1 giờ